I'm hiding in my bedroom because the neighbors decided to start jackhammering. I never really got why every YouTuber in the city would complain about the noise, but suddenly I understand. Hi friends, BarefootVlogs here. As Zena Lily said, this month we're talking all about fandoms and transformative works. I think it's interesting that there can be fandoms of fictional things and fandoms of actual real-life people. So, you know, there's like the Doctor Who, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, any TV show, kind of fandom. And then there's fandoms for actual celebrities, and like the Vlog Brothers and the McElroy Brothers, and anybody else. It's bad that the two real-life people that I think of are like brothers who've built an empire, and now I'm realizing maybe I need to diversify some of my consumption there. Anyways, so yeah, I don't really know if there's really a point to it because I think both fandoms are valid, and like it's really more about what the fandom kind of represents and how they as a community work together on things and, you know, don't tear each other down and aren't too toxic and things like that. And less about, like, you know, the fact that it's a real person versus fiction. I think it's good to remember that even with celebrities or like vloggers or whoever else who is in the social media public sphere, it's important to remember that even though they are real people and you're a fan of what they do and what they've done in the past and blah blah blah, like, they're also still showing you a filtered side of them, and I think it's always good to remember that even though they're real people, it's still in a way a fiction of their real life. So I guess there's that. I don't know, I think what Zena Lily said was a really good point of like fandoms and transformative works really help you like engage in the world in a more optimistic and hopeful way of like maybe actually like things will work out okay, and even though it will be hard right now and even though life is difficult, like if someone else can do it, I can do it, even if it's a story. And that's why I think storytelling is so important, because through stories and telling each other, that's how culture is built, but it's also how culture can be changed, and it's also how you can be changed by hearing more about different stories and how, whether they're real or fictional, just how someone was able to overcome odds or able to develop empathy, or I don't even know. There's just something about certain stories that just grab at your heart and won't let you go and make you realize just like all of the things that are possible in the world, and I think it's really important to have that kind of hope. Yeah, what do you think? What kind of stories have you listened to over the years that have helped you in times of crisis? For me, Harry Potter and the Sacred Text is a podcast that has gone through the Harry Potter books and kind of treated it like a sacred text, and they've done different like spiritual practices to delve deeper into the text and different meanings and stuff. And at first I was a little hesitant, you know, I was a little like, okay, they're using Christian practices but talking about Harry Potter, but also I love Harry Potter and I love that spiritual practice, so why not? So I listened to it and I love it. And I think it's a very interesting way to delve deep into a particular work like Harry Potter and understand more about the lessons in it that maybe J.K. Rowling never even like thought of. Alright, I probably have rambled enough, so I will talk to you next month.